If you've ever watched a live stream of a podcast with two people and thought, how are they doing that? Or how are they switching the cameras back and forth? Do they have a whole production crew working behind the scenes? They don't. And today I'm going to show you how to start a live podcast using Riverside, plus a little trick called Multicam audio switching that makes the cameras follow the conversation on their own. But I also have a problem. My husband built this setup yesterday and he's right over there. He's thinking that he's setting this up for me, but what he doesn't know is that he's gonna be sitting in this chair with me today. Before I show you everything, I created the concept for this show using Podcaster Way. In minutes, I built my show kit, show name, description, cover art, keywords, and an ideal listener profile. I also chose every piece of gear you see in the studio through the platform. Comment your way below and I'll share the link with you so you can build yours. The last time we tried to record together, we ended up in a fight, a real one. And he was so stressed managing the tech that the conversation never happened. So I chose every piece of equipment in this setup to make sure that that doesn't happen again. And today we're going to go live on YouTube, Facebook, and X, all at the same time through Riverside. He just doesn't know it yet. All right, let me show you what I had Steven build, and then we're going to see if he'll actually sit down and use it. When you go live, the episode is the recording. No editing, no file management, and your audience can show up in real time and be part of it. That's what I want with Steven, a real conversation, and going live through Riverside is how I'm going to get it. But here's where it gets tricky. A two-person live podcast means two cameras, and somebody has to decide which one the audience sees.
Mira, estamos mirando a ver si... Yes. Hi, I'm Steven. Really? And how do you like to be interviewed? How do you like to be on camera? How do you like your job and your life and your wife and kids? They make my life a living hell.
When the camera switches to whoever's talking, it feels like a real conversation. But making that happen usually means someone pressing buttons behind the scenes. And if that person is also in the conversation, it ruins it. You can't be present with the person across from you when part of your brain is on the tech. You just can't. It's impossible. That's exactly what happened with us, and it's why we ended up in a fight. Nos agarramos los pelos. So this time, I took every single one of those jobs off his plate. The first thing I chose was Riverside, and Riverside is sponsoring this video, but let me tell you why I actually use it, because this is the one piece that changes everything. Riverside handles the entire live stream. I can go live to YouTube, Facebook, and X all at the same time. One click. I don't have to think about platforms. I don't have to set up 3 different live streams. Riverside just sends it everywhere. While we're streaming, Riverside is also recording a local copy up to 4K separate from the stream. So even if our internet hiccups, the recording is studio quality. That was a huge deal for me because last time one of Steven's biggest stress points was worrying about the recording being clean. Riverside just handles it in the background, so I don't have to worry about that. It also gives me separate audio and video tracks for each person. So after the live stream, if I want to pull clips, make shorts, do a polished edit for YouTube, I have everything I need from a single conversation. And if I ever want to bring on a remote guest, they click a link and they're in the studio. No downloads, no extra hardware. I needed there to be 0 things for Steven to manage. No worrying about the stream, no worrying about the recording, no sending files to an editor after. Riverside takes all of that off the table. Link is in the description, code PSS for a discount, but you're about to see it in action. So stay with me. Let me show you what's in this studio, because I had Steven set all of this up for me yesterday. He thought I was experimenting with the gear, testing things out on my own. He had no idea I was building a truck. 2 Sony cameras. My side has a Sony A7 IV. Steven's side has a Sony FX30. We love Sony. They're reliable. The image is beautiful and they just work. Both are set to a 50mm lens to keep things simple. Same focal length, same look on both sides. You're not thinking about zoom or framing differences. It's just clean and matched. Now, the Rodecaster video cord actually has 3 HDMI inputs, so we could add a third camera for a wide shot. We are not using it today, but we are very excited to experiment with that in another video. For this setup, 2 cameras is all I need. The microphones. These are Shure SM7Bs. If you watched any famous podcast, you've seen these mics around. They're the classic broadcast podcast microphone. Now, the SM7B has a reputation for being a little difficult, like my husband. It's a dynamic mic that needs a lot of gain to sound good. And a lot of people end up buying extra equipment just to power it properly. But here's where the Rodecaster video cord does something really cool. In the Rodecaster app, there's a drop-down menu where you can actually select SM7B as a preset. And when you do, it automatically applies all of this audio processing, compression, EQ, noise gate, all tuned specifically for the SM7B. The result is this warm, broadcast-ready sound right out of the box. And the Rodecaster video cord itself, this is our multicam switcher. It takes the cameras and the mics, and it does the multicam audio switching. It listens to who's talking and switches the camera to match. When I talk, my camera goes live. When Steven talks, his camera takes over automatically. Cool, right? Super cool. The video cord sends that switched feed into Riverside, and Riverside streams it out to YouTube, Facebook, and X, and records the whole thing. It's beautiful. It's gonna work beautiful. Cameras and mics into the video cord into Riverside, Riverside to the world. That's the whole flow. Comment, record live, and I'll send you links to every piece of gear in this setup. Here's Steven setting everything up yesterday. He positioned 2 chairs across from each other, mounted the Sony cameras on tripods, one on each side, and ran HDMI cables from both cameras into the video cord. The mics went on boom arms and plugged straight into the XLR inputs on the back. The whole physical build took him about an hour. He said 20 minutes, but I was timing him. And the whole time he thought that he was doing this so I could run some tests on my own for one of my clients, that he had no idea that he was building his own hot seat. For the multicam audio switching, Steven linked each mic to its camera in the Rodecaster app. My mic to my camera, his mic to his camera, turned on auto switching. That's it. From that point, the cameras follow whoever's talking. And he talks a lot, so the cameras will be on him all of them. It's like, I love my husband. I'm gonna stop picking on him in this video because it's like... Now, the part I set up myself is Riverside. I opened a new studio, added YouTube, Facebook, and X as stream destinations, and selected the video cord as my camera source. Riverside sees the switched feed from the video cord, so whatever camera is active based on who's talking, that's what goes out to every platform all at once. Quick test. I talk into my mic, check the Riverside preview, and the camera switches. Everything's working. We're ready. Riverside is recording. 3 platforms are ready. The cameras are listening. Everything is set. Steven? Steven, could you come and check something here, please? For me? What was that? A cow? So we're just gonna test this, and I'm gonna ask you just a couple of questions because we need to talk about something, right? To test the equipment and So, do you remember the last time we tried to record together?
You mean like this?
Yes.
Maybe. Why?
Well, what was your behavior?
Well, I think it was good, probably. I probably a very good, professional, behavior.
No, you did not.
I don't remember. I really don't.
No, we couldn't even record because you were like through a temper tantrum because you were sweating and you were stressed and you were setting up all of the.
Yeah. Now,
Isn't this nice that you don't have to?
This is really
touch
nice.
a button to record, right?
Yeah, this is really cool.
So now answer me this: what keeps you up at night?
besides the horrible ways that you behave with your wife?
This is recording over there.
It's not.
Is this going live too? That's going live.
It's not.
We're live right now.
No.
I knew it. I knew you were messing with me with this one. I'm not doing this.
Okay. Venga. Oh, come back. Venga. It's just relax. Just sit down. It's fine.
Listen, you're not getting the full
It's
scoop,
fine.
okay?
It's fine. It's okay.
They're not getting the full scoop.
That's okay. You feel deceived?
I do. I feel deceived. I feel
Okay.
attacked, but I also feel pretty cozy in this setup. I think it's really fun.
That is how you start a live podcast. And if you ask me, that's how it should feel. Two people, a real conversation, and tech that says out of the way. Riverside made this possible. Link in the description, code PSS for a discount. If you don't have a show concept yet, the name, the format, the gear, that's what Podcast Your Way builds for you. Comment your way and I'll send you the link to create your show kit. And if this video did something for you, subscribe. We do this every week. Also, there are different ways that you can go live with your show and different equipment you can use, whether you are on a budget or ready to invest in your studio. And here we are showing you 3 setups we built from beginner to pro. Go watch it.